So what do you think is one of the most common mistakes people make when they first start out?
Panic buying is definitely one of them. You know, we've seen so many people that have come in and just got like, I guess it's that money is burning a hole in their pocket type of vibes. Yeah. And they're very much thinking, I've got the money now, I need to spend it, I just need to go buy something.
Yeah, and they contact us and say, what do you think about this deal? It's got a tenant already in situation. Yeah. Isn't this great?
It's already renovated. Yeah. That's the dream scenario for them though, because they've not, you know, limited knowledge, limited experience, thinking I can just go and buy a ready-made house and I can just drop a tenant straight into it. Therefore, it's a good deal.
Yeah, they're looking for the easy option, right?
It's the shortcut.
Shortcut.
How can I start generating cash straight away with having to do as little work as possible? Yeah. They almost think they've done the work by saving the money, forgetting that the property investment is also work and they need to make the money when they buy and all that kind of stuff as well. But it's the excitable puppy. You know, I've got money. It's my very first deal. I'm just going to go and buy anything. The first house I see, this will work. I'll just take it. The kind of mentality, I guess, where I'm going to be holding it for 10, 15, 20 years, so it doesn't really matter what price to buy it for. So, and
they maybe start taking advice from the wrong people. They start listening to the estate agent. The estate agent says it's a good deal because I'm getting £5,000 off the price. Completely, and he thinks it's a really good deal. But let's be honest, if the estate agent was any good at investing, he wouldn't be an estate agent, right?
And also the estate agent's going to tell them anything they want to hear in order to get that sold, because that's how the estate agent makes money. The estate agent's not going to say, don't buy this one's really overpriced. Wait 3 weeks for another one, because he's thinking, I can sell him this one, I can sell someone else that one, and you know, double win for me. So definitely not.
I feel so bad for those guys starting out, because they are really keen, eager, excitable puppies, as you say.
What about the off-planners as well? That's the other style of panic buyers.
Yeah, they love an off-plan.
Oh, I'll just buy this thing that's not even there yet. This empty promise potentially. So
£1,000 down, and it's going to be worth £30,000 more once it's built. Yeah.
They have no idea of the finish. They have no idea about the time scale. They have no idea about the size of the development. They might just be one of 300. So when it comes for them to rent it, they're thinking, yeah, it's fine. I'll just pop a tenant in. And they're like, oh, but there's 299 other amateur investors that have then gone and bought the same thing as me, and I'm not going to get the same rent that I want. So
it all comes down to people. They're so excited to get started, but they're scared of making a mistake, so they look for the easy option. What is going to make me the money quickest and easiest? And if a tenant's in situation, if the work's already done, or if I'm going to make a quick 30,000 once it's built, then they feel much more comfortable with that. In actual fact, those are all the mistakes.
They're thinking that there's less to go wrong in this situation yet. Well, there is less to go wrong in some respect, but there's less chance they're making money as well.
Yeah.
So
short-term gain, long-term pain.
Exactly.
The panic buying we've covered, but also on the flip side of that, you've got someone who's so overly cautious. They're maybe waiting for the perfect scenario where they've got it below market value, at 25% below market value, and the builder, they've managed to get the price down on the builder, get the renovation that's going to be done in a certain amount of time frame, and then they've got a tenant lined up, and they're analysing and overanalyzing the area and tenant demand, and actually they're looking for this perfect deal that doesn't exist.
And I guess by the time they've kind of gone through, speaking to the builder and doing all this, doing all that, someone else has come in, swooped in and gone, I'll just take it for a slightly higher price.
Yeah, they spend too long doing their due diligence, maybe wasting time on things that aren't that important.
Yeah, and that's really important, because you do have to do due diligence, but it needs to be relevant. You need to know what your KPIs are, make sure you're doing due diligence on the right things, as opposed to just trying to meticulously go over every single final fine detail.
Yeah, there was one person that contacted me saying, what kind of boilers would you get your builders put in? And I'm thinking, wow, you're sweating the small stuff. You need to get the deal over the line first before you start.
So that's before they've even bought it. They're asking those kind of questions. Yeah,
so they really are very cautious. They're worried about what could go wrong.
I guess they've some people's mentality is I've got the money now, I just need to get it working. Other people are like, I've saved, this is mine. Yeah. And they need to make sure it's going into the very perfect vehicle for them and the perfect property. Yeah. So they're kind of, I guess they're protecting that money. They're probably going to be nightmare landlords as well, because they're going to be checking in on that house every single week, making sure the tenant's looking after it, not trashing it and all that kind of stuff.
Want to know the family background, all the tenants. Know what their dog's name is, all of that stuff. Yeah.
So they're kind of just that overcautious mentality. And I guess they're kind of too scared. It also comes down to that, the individual's personality type as well, because there will be people that are more bullish and kind of go-getters and right, I'll work it out when I get there. Yeah. And other people that are just a bit more analytical and, I kind of would probably sway more to the analytical side, but not overly. And you're kind of probably more the bullish. Yeah. So
somewhere in the middle.
Somewhere in the middle would be good of us. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.